the biggest reason the Eagles lost. A.J. Brown is correct.
Correct. You're correct that A.J. Brown is correct.
There is something wrong with the offense. There is just something wrong with it. And their total inability to put together 4 straight quarters. Only the Titans have more scoreless halves this season than Philadelphia. We have shown you repeatedly their 3-and-outs and the drives that end in punt list, which we could show you again. Again, the only team in the league that's going 3-and-out 30% of the time. And look at the quarterbacks on that other, the rest of it. The drives ending in a punt. Again, you go to where Philadelphia is, and you look at the court. It's this. Eagles drive is as likely in a punt as a Titans drive this year. Now, in fairness, a lot of those Titans drives that don't end in punts, they end in turnovers.
Hey.
No, but still, like that's jarring. And the fact that they were that good on the first 3 drives, and then not only that inept, but that conservative. It was like I thought the end of the half was a real signifier that part of what's wrong with this Eagles offense is the person most in charge doesn't, for some reason, fully trust his quarterback. Because you clearly trust Jake Elliott's leg. You had him kick a 56-yarder later. His rationale on giving up with 18 seconds left from right around the 30 was, the Cowboys kicker has a big leg. We want to leave him time. The math doesn't work on that. You know what I like? With 48 seconds left, it's actually more defensible.
Just stop. It's unbelievable the distortion of reality that we go here. This is more evidence that the coach doesn't trust your quarterback. You asked the quarterback to throw 39 times. They had 4 rushing first downs. 3 of them were from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is out there calling his own number, changing the play at the line of scrimmage, and getting into the end zone with his legs. Not a tush push, by the way. So can you stop with the nonsense? Jalen Hurts had to be the leading rusher yet again. They had a total of 30 rushing yards. 30 rushing yards, not Jalen Hurts. He had over 300 total yards. Had a 69% completion percentage, 3 total touchdowns. Just stop. Stop with the nonsense. This is a fundamental issue with the O-line and with the coaching. That's what it is. It's ridiculous to say anything otherwise. Just because you do not like Jalen Hurts doesn't mean that you're constantly trying to fit a square in a round peg. It's absurd. It's so absurd. Your biggest takeaway from this game has to do something to do with Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts showed up in this game. Jalen Hurts played great in this game. He's not the problem. When you gave him open receivers that he could hit in those first 3 touchdown drives, did he hit them? Did he succeed? Did they score? Was there success? Were the yards there? Of course. Yep. What about when no one was open? What about when Jalen Hurts had no time to play? There was times that Jalen Hurts had time in the pocket and there was nowhere to go. He's like just waiting. There's just nowhere to go. Even there was this one play to Devontae that was caught that took forever to develop. It took forever. Jalen was lucky that he had time in the pocket in that moment. But they can't run the ball. They literally cannot run the ball. I went through it in my post-game clip. They had the least amount of rushing yards from running backs than any other team this week. And the lowest amount of rushing first downs. And your takeaway is, the head coach doesn't trust Jalen Hurts. Do you know how insane that is? In the Super Bowl, on 4th down, in the opening drive against the Kansas City Chiefs, they trusted Jalen to throw the ball like 40 yards down the field. What are you talking about? Stop with the nonsense. To ice the game against the Minnesota Vikings, trusting Jalen to throw the ball. Like, he hasn't turned the ball over. What do you mean that he doesn't trust him? Jalen Hurts is literally taking care of the ball better than any other quarterback right now. The confirmation bias is suffocating. It's deafening. I'm drowning in it right now. And whatever metaphors you want to use. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's Jalen Hurts' fault that his punter or that his field goal kicker missed a field goal. It's Jalen Hurts' fault that Saquon Barkley fumbled. It's Jalen Hurts' fault that he had 22 rushing yards. That's all Jalen Hurts' fault. Notice how A.J. Brown was actually open in this game. Notice how Jalen Hurts actually got A.J. Brown the ball. Go figure. But notice how A.J. Brown actually, I think he only had one contested target. And lo and behold, he actually got the ball. Shocking, right? One. But he also didn't catch it. Surprise, surprise. And right now you got George Pickens, 4 contested targets and 4 catches. Seems pretty good to me. Devontae was 1 for 3 with contested targets. CeeDee Lamb 1 for 3. It's really just so ridiculous. It really is. We just keep going in circles, man. We just keep going in circles. It's so exhausting. It really is. It really is. And then they're gonna gaslight people and pretend like people weren't concerned about this offense. I talk to Philadelphia Eagles fans every single day in the comment section. And they were just like, yeah, can't run the ball. The O-line isn't good. They've been wanting to fire Kevin Patullo since week 2. They were ready to fire him. So I don't even know what angle they're trying to take here. Besides, let's just try to find a way of how to blame A.J. Brown. Or because we didn't want to push the ball down the field with 18 seconds to go or whatever. Where Tom Brady said, yeah, makes sense. You also hear Tom Brady praise and defend Jalen Hurts the entire game? Yeah, I did. Did you hear him say, people say that this offense is, remedial. I don't see it that way at all. Jalen Hurts is making full field reads and everything. He's running a high level offense. Interesting. This is an O-line and coaching issue. They had the lead and then they could not run the ball. But it's Jalen Hurts. And let's not forget, the penalties were absolutely through the roof. 14 penalties. A lot of them offensively that crushed the momentum. Jalen Hurts had a couple huge throws, huge plays that were all completely erased because of penalties. Jalen Hurts would have had well over 300 passing yards if just one of those penalties didn't go through, especially the one to Dallas Goedert. I mean, that would have changed that would have been even more so. But you got 10 carries for 22 yards. 1 carry from Tank, 8 yards. Why he's not utilized a lot, I don't know. I do not know. Why there's not more of an effort to get Dallas Goedert and even Calcaterra involved, I do not know. Saquon Barkley should not be the third receiver. His game is not the Christian McCaffrey game. They have not shown their ability just to get the ball to Saquon Barkley in open space and have him do his moves. Like, that just has not been, they have not been successful at that. And like I said in my post-game clip, the one thing that Kevin Patullo does seem to do well, does have some pretty interesting plays drawn up for the tight ends. Great. Do more of that then. Do more of that. But I mean, A.J. Brown had 10 targets, 8 catches. Devontae is the one that had a lot of the contested targets, 6 catches, 89 yards on 11 targets. Saquon Barkley, 7 catches, 8 targets. A lot of them were those little checkdowns. 2 for 2 for Dallas Goedert. Again, would have been a bigger play for Dallas. He had, probably like a 20 or 30-yard play that was removed because of a penalty for like an illegal formation that really ultimately had nothing to do with the play, but obviously it hurt them there. Saquon fumbles. Zach Bond misses the interception. I mean, there could have been a bunch of interceptions on Dak that game, and you lose. It was a tough divisional game. It is not an indictment on Jalen Hurts, and to try to twist that about that is just absolutely insane. It's actually just embarrassing at this point. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? The biggest reason they lost this game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.